Hello and welcome to episode number 28 of Carry On with Carrie. Today I'm excited to have Ting back with us, and we're just going to talk and be goofy and share all about all the good stuff. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. So this is your number 28,
Yes.
and your house is 28,
Oh yeah.
and 28 is my lucky number. I was born on August 28th.
Oh my God.
I know. And it's full moon.
There you go.
No, it's not 8. I was going to knock at number 8. No, and then I kept, it's 28.
It is. Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, it's meant to be then.
Yep.
Because we were supposed to get together last Sunday, and then I thought we were doing Monday, and
tomorrow. Now it's tonight.
And now it's tonight.
Yeah.
So it was all over the place until, so this is good.
This is awesome.
So how have you been?
It's good. It's just busy work and yoga and stuff. I miss art, and I'm really glad that you mentioned that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were talking about, we're like, well, what should we jab? What should we chat about tonight? And we're both artists.
Yeah.
You are, we had a nice phone call this morning, and we like to kind of pep each other up a little bit here and there. And what kind of art do you do?
My love is abstract.
Mm-hmm.
They call it the abstraction art, which I love because for me it's therapeutic. And I mentioned to you about my imposter syndrome kicking in big time because of that exhibit happening this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doubting myself, and
Yeah, and I think it's a thing. Like, a lot of people don't realize how vulnerable it is to put yourself out there, to be a part of these shows.
Yes.
And some people thrive in that social setting.
Yep.
And some people, they struggle or stress out a little bit more.
I think we talked about over preparing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm the president of that.
Right. Well, I'm vice then. I'm the vice president.
I over prepare. I overthink.
Yep.
Everything is like, oh, it's not gonna be good. I'm not good enough, and I compare myself, which is not good.
But and your work is beautiful, right?
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. And I know that I have fun doing it, especially when there's no pressure,
Mm-hmm.
there's no expectation.
Right.
Yeah.
And so how could you then change the narrative when you go into this? What pressures are there actually when you go into it?
Like I'm not good enough, and I compare myself to others because the others are like they're accomplished artists, and they sell this
Mm-hmm.
stuff, right? And I know, Carrie, I think I mentioned to you, the art gallery of Alberta got my work.
Yes, you had a huge exhibit.
Yeah, it's not it's because I think Keo, and then correct me if I'm wrong, it's blind curator, so I'm unknown. I'm
Mm-hmm.
nobody, right, in the art circle.
Right.
But they just judge, and they picked one of my works, which was, for me, it's like, why?
See? Because your work it speaks for itself. I mean, and that's the thing is, I guess when you think about it, it's reframing it in your mind as to, would you look at somebody else's art that you think is accomplished, whatever that means, and say, what are you doing here?
Yeah, no, that's right. You have a very good point, because they have finished, they have a degree in art, and they're like masters in fine arts. They have the education and they have the experience. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we mentioned I don't have the 10,000 hours yet.
Right. Yes. What was the 10,000? Can you?
Yeah, it's Malcolm Gladwell in one of his books. I can't remember now which book, but he said in order to be a master of something, you have to at least spend 10,000 hours doing this thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't think that you've spent that much time over the years drawing,
No, maybe
creating?
if I included the stressing part, maybe.
Yeah.
The overthinking part. Yeah, but yeah, and but also Carrie, you also talked about the joy and the healing that brings to us, brings to us, and
Mhm.
while doing this art, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's therapy in itself for me.
Yes.
But I do understand you had mentioned that stress that comes with it sometimes, like you like doing it when you don't have the pressure of doing it.
Yeah.
So when you are just free and doing your own thing, what does art do for you?
Oh gosh, it's meditative. It brings me joy. It takes me out of my brain and to this zone, and it's peaceful and it's calm and it's just beautiful in there.
It is, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Yeah. And when you're in that zone, and I don't know, that's for me to stay present.
yeah.
That's the best way for me to stay present. Like that's my
Yes.
most healthy way to stay present.
Oh, okay.
I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I love it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I have a question though.
Okay.
I'm interviewing
Okay,
you.
good. This is our show.
I'm also like a cheap and cost-effective artist.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I recycle stuff.
Okay.
Do you? I'm interested. How do you budget for your arts? Because it's part of your expense, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I reuse as much as I can. I don't know. That's a really good question. I try to find sales on
Yeah.
any of the products that I buy, and sometimes I might buy the best of something for my artwork, but it lasts the longest. So
Yeah.
it's like it's good quality,
Yeah.
and yeah, I just try to. I don't know. Sometimes I even go to the dollar store,
Oh yeah, 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 for sure.
like whatever I can do. Right.
Yeah. And I recycle.
Yes. Yeah, I wish I could with my drawings, but it's
Yeah.
harder to.
No. And also, does it dictate sometimes, oh, there's leftover paint. I need to use this.
Yes, no, of course. Yeah. You use the bottom, like the very bottom of the paint. You
Yeah.
use whatever you need to, like, yeah, before you go out and buy more.
Yeah, and also while it's there before it dries out.
Exactly.
Right? So
Yes.
I'll make something out of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I know. And that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Even paper, like if I have watercolor papers and I've used up 3/4 of the page, I'll do the rough
Yeah.
pages
Yeah.
and I'll do something with that. And
Yeah,
So
watercolor papers are not cheap.
no, they're not
Yeah.
for true, like
The
nice.
true one.
Yeah.
Like the cold press and what's the weight? GSM something?
Yeah, I don't know. It's too technical for me. I just draw on it.
So
This is where I'm not an art major either. I just
I
just took it on
yeah,
and
took it on.
ran with it.
Yeah. What inspires you? Now I'm interviewing you.
It's okay. It's good practice. What inspires me? Oftentimes a time crunch.
Oh, the deadline?
Yes, deadlines somehow like I work good under pressure. At the same time, that causes me a lot of stress because it's in the back of my mind always, like I got to get this done. But what inspires me is just having like usually on my weekends, sometimes later after I'm done everything at the end of the night, I'll sit and draw. But just I don't know. I just get in the zone and I can't tell you exactly what it is that makes me get there.
Same. It's always different.
Yeah.
Each time. Yeah. So I remember like when we went for a retreat, that was a good time too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All in a nice, pretty landscape. Yeah. Environment, and then good company.
It makes a big
It
difference.
makes a big difference. And we're relaxed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yes, you have to be in somewhat of a state to, I mean, you can use it to relax.
Yeah.
Like if you're a little bit up here and you're vibrating and all that,
Yeah.
and you gotta, you
Yeah.
can't shut your mind off, then you can kind of, it'll bring you down a little bit.
That's right.
But it really does help when you're.
Yeah.
I went back to with my sister out there as well. We went to Cochin, Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
And yeah, we had such a relaxed trip, and we just were quiet and we puzzled, and then she was creating, I created, like it was a good weekend. But again, it's the surroundings. It was like her and I were calm.
Yeah, and the company too.
Yeah, and the company. So
yeah, it's good. Yeah, yeah. I get it. It's no, I miss it. Yeah, sometimes it's just doodling and coloring.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything spectacular.
No, it's not. Yeah, and sometimes it's just journaling. Just draw a little flower on the side.
Oh yeah. It's funny. I look back on all my, like, I had all these binders, and I got rid of all of them a while back. But as I was growing up, I look at all my duotangs and my binders as a kid, like a student, and I have doodles everywhere. Wow. I've always doodled.
Oh, okay. Now it just clicks on me, like you got more than 10,000 hours.
I don't know. Maybe.
Just going back.
What are you saying? Are you saying I'm old?
No, but you're an expert.
No. No. So having said that, I don't know if you saw my post, but I was cleaning some stuff out yesterday and getting rid of, just purging kind of thing.
Yep.
And I came across in my top drawer of my dresser, of all places, I don't know why I would have put it there, and I unrolled this piece of paper, and it was my grandma's drawing.
Oh, I saw it. I saw the post. It's beautiful. So she's an artist.
She was, yeah. Yeah. And
it runs in your family.
I guess it's in our
DNA.
Yep. Yeah. But I looked at it and thought, who drew this? I'm like, I didn't draw this. Did I draw this?
But you recognize the style, hey?
No, because she never drew stuff like that. She taught me how to draw ladies and trees and stuff like that. But I never saw her draw. Well, mind you, she did draw houses with me. She taught me how to draw a house.
So did you ask your mom about it?
She didn't. She says she's never seen it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Must be pricey.
Yeah. Well, she signed it, but before she passed away, she told me, she said, Carrie, I want you to have my drawings. Oh. So she gave them to me. Oh. And so she lived till she was 97. My grandma was one of my, like I said, she was one of my favorite people. And she would sit with me and my sister and draw and get creative.
So that's your mom's mom.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, cool. And your mom is an artist as well.
She drew a lot when she was younger.
Yeah.
Now she's more of a knitter, and she's creative in other ways now. Yeah. So, but yeah. Cool. Yeah. So, and my sister's amazing at drawing.
Oh, really? Yeah. I've never seen her. Yeah. I just saw her little painting when we did painting and yoga.
Oh, right. Yes. And that was fun too.
Yeah, that was fun too. Yeah. Anyway, now I just remember now, I used to do portraits, faces. That's what I drew when I was little. Like now I remember and then doing some dresses and the large earrings. Like, those are my favorite to draw.
So then you were like, you have about 20,000 hours now.
Yeah, because I'm older than you.
Right. You're an expert, see?
Hardly.
Well, you're, like I said when we were talking about it, because abstract, you started talking about, like, so abstract, did it just come to you to do that, or like, because when I watch you draw, I was fascinated at how, like, to me, abstract is like, it seems like you actually have a plan when you do it.
No, actually, someone, when I showed them my work was displayed in the art gallery, they said, "What were you thinking when you were doing this?" I said, "I was just putting colors and just I don't know. I think I was a little bit intense. That my emotions that time was like really intense because I have like." Full force and bright colors and like just putting colors.
Yeah.
And then just I didn't have any plans at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just want to, I don't know, just one way for me to express.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And so what, like, do you have a thought of what it is that, like, okay, when you're expressing, are you thinking this is something? You know how like they say, oh, well, what do you think this
I
is? And what do
know.
they mean by this?
No, it's funny when I look back, I have like three titles for that,
Okay.
depending on my state of mind. I have like Valentine lights, and then the second one, Manila lights, and then
Lots of lights.
lots of lights. So see, so it's I'm not consistent. So I guess depends on my perspective and my state of mind, my how I feel that day,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
Is that how you do your art as well?
Yeah, usually it's something that, I mean, and because of what I do, I get requests for certain things. And
Mm-hmm.
Um, I used to shy away from certain things more, but now I'm challenging myself to
Yeah.
actually, like, instead of just doing a flower, like I just did a horse the other day.
Yeah,
I
I
drew a
saw that.
horse,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
like I sometimes have to look for inspiration in other places, but it's my own art, and
Yeah.
so yeah, I get a little bit, overwhelmed by that side of it. So
Yeah.
it's different than abstract, right? Because you're usually like, but when I just start to draw for myself,
Yeah.
um I don't know always what I'm going to draw. It just starts to, I start drawing, and sometimes I love it and sometimes I hate it.
I
And
know, same.
yeah.
And an artist told me sometimes, Ting, you will be amazed the artwork that you hated, somebody would love that,
Yes.
right?
Yes, somebody's
Yeah,
told me that too. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
okay, well, it's hard to be vulnerable like that.
No, I know, and they said we have the right to do bad art, right?
Yes, definitely. People do all sorts of other bad things. Why not bad art?
And we're still expressing it, I
Yes.
guess. Yeah.
It's still a healthy way of expression, I
I
think.
think so.
You're also an author.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do creative writing as well. Right now, I'm actually in a workshop that's called Prose Poetry. Oh, I'm loving it.
Oh,
I
okay.
love it. It's like flash fiction,
Uh-huh.
uh, or memoir in like yeah, it's so good, and it's making me escape the reality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So flash fiction, what is that
it's
for people
more
that don't?
like it's a poetry, but there's no lines. It's like mostly continuous, mostly paragraphs.
Oh,
That's
okay.
prose poetry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really interesting how I like it because that's I didn't know when I started writing. I didn't know which genre was it, and then I said, oh, so I think it's more prose poetry. It's more creative nonfiction.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Sweet. And
yeah.
so so how long is the workshop?
6 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. So and actually, I got the grant from the county. That's
Oh,
why I was
wow.
able to afford this creative writing workshop.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at you. So, okay, you had a grant for what? You've had so many
Yeah, it's
opportunities, and that's
yeah.
because guess what? You are talented.
Oh, thank you.
You're like, yeah, I know.
Uh,
What can I say?
yeah, I'm just privileged, I guess. I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, and part of that is also I was part of the cohort for 2023. They call it the Horizon Writing Circle. It's more BIPOC, so more Black, Indigenous, and
Mm-hmm.
people of color. We were able to get mentors, and we were able to attend workshops for free.
Oh, wow.
I know, so that I learned a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Um, wow, that's super cool.
yeah. And the culminating part of this is we did the public reading. That was
Okay, yes, I was gonna ask how, because you would have to do your readings, like you'd have to
yeah,
read out your
yeah.
poetry.
So after 6 months, we did our public reading, and in White Ave. I can't remember the place now. Yeah, that was really good, and it forced me to just do public speaking, which I'm an introvert, and I always that's the part that I hated the
Mhm.
most. But I did it because that's part of the program.
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah,
And that challenge afterwards, like that you were able to, to get through it
yeah,
and come out the other
yeah,
side and
yeah, yeah.
did you feel good about it afterwards?
I felt good about it, and I'm just relieved.
Yes, yes.
Done.
I get like that before podcasts too. Sometimes I get myself so worked
Oh,
up.
really? You're so cool. You're so calming. Cool.
Thank you. I wear my sunglasses at night.
Right?
No, no. I'm not though. Like the last few, I've done a few podcasts on by Zoom, and that's a new thing for me. And I've one of them I lost the whole recording, and it
Oh,
was a really great episode. It was
oh, is it the temple? I think I
no, that one was fine. It was
Mandy.
no, no. Oh, yes, we did have that. That happened. There was another lady that Mandy Eve Barnett.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that and it didn't work, so we wound up doing it again the next Sunday. But this was one that was on Zoom,
Oh, okay.
and it was my second one on Zoom, and for some reason it didn't pick up the recording.
Oh, no.
And he's from Saskatchewan. He actually has his own podcast.
Yeah.
And such a great like storyline. Like the whole thing was such a good podcast and gone.
Wow.
And so to not beat yourself up over that. And he was really, really kind about
Right.
it too. And he's going to do it again, but we'll probably do it a little bit later. So it's off the cuff again. We don't want it to be too, anyways. So yeah, it's everything. It's a learning curve, but after I get through a podcast or just the first few minutes, I feel comfortable.
Speak.
Right.
Or I also did some stage acting and stage management. I think I prefer that compared to public speaking and singing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and what kind of dance again?
It's more like I did folk, jazz, modern, and some of those mix.
Some of those. You have so much experience. So let me think here. You're a writer. You're an artist. You're an actress. You're a producer. You're a director. What else do you do?
I'm actually uh, proud of trying to guide people into their own health and wellness.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And that's amazing that you like that's what because you are amazing that way.
Thank you.
You do Ting's always supportive. She's always reaching out and like days that I know if I struggle or whatever, I'll text you or I'll be silent, but you'll
Yeah.
always somehow we wind up talking and
Yeah. I think we talked about because I've been there
Mhm.
into the pits,
Yeah.
into the darkness, and if there's anything that I can do to be able to encourage somebody, I'll do that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very appreciated.
Yeah.
And talking about that, you mentioned something about your yoga.
Yeah.
You're taking it in a different kind of direction right now.
Yeah.
Can you
It's
share that?
more, a few weeks ago, I was invited to teach into like a group home. They have these people are in the road to recovery, and so I thought that's really. I felt really honored to be able to be with them, and they're so amazing. They're so attentive and they're so keen, and they're like after Thank you, and their bodies.
Yeah.
And I don't deserve that. I'm. Thank you for trusting me, like, to be there, right? Yeah.
But you do, you do, and I've been to your yoga classes.
Yeah.
My sister finally was able to come last
Yeah.
week, and she said it was amazing. And
Aw,
same
thank
thing.
you.
So you do bring that to your audience. It's a very calming, safe place.
Thank you. That's my thing, because I was also fortunate to have a scholarship to get into that trauma informed yoga teacher training.
Right.
So I got that scholarship, and I was, for me, that was a chance for me to be able to reach out to that sector, again, the underprivileged and under the margins of the society, right?
Right.
So yeah, yeah.
And for people that might not have the, like you said, if they're in, it's rehabilitation? Is
Yeah,
that okay?
yes. And a lot of them have encountered people. I know some people will say, but I didn't have any trauma. But a lot of us have traumas, the small T and the big T, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, trauma doesn't need to be some
No.
big thing. It could
Yeah.
be, it's different for everybody.
Yeah, it can be that thing that, in the traffic, that's traumatic for me, or for somebody else, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, thank you for sharing about your art and all of the stuff that you do and do so well. And um, giving back to the community is what lights you up, is what I can see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Mhm.
Carrie. Yeah. I'm so yeah, I have mentioned, I get that joy and fulfillment when I do that. As against, like, selling stuff, I'm not good at that.
Yeah, that's me too.
Yeah. So yeah, that's give me um sense of fulfillment when I do that. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, to see the difference that it makes, and you have been making such a huge difference. You also have, you call it a karma workshop or a karma
It's
class?
a karma yoga class. It's originally meant, if there are, donations or any profits or anything else, by the end of several months, we'll give it to Edmonton Humane Society. But I volunteered for another. I can't remember the exact name. I might be butchering the name. It's, I think, Hope Lives Here. Have you heard of that?
No, I
And
haven't.
I volunteered for their kitten yoga last week, and so I told
Kitten yoga?
yeah.
Cool.
I did that.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, in the West End. So they might contact Ayeva, where I teach right now, and Chelsea is so open to anything like this.
Right.
And that's where I'm doing my karma yoga. It's free or by donation. It doesn't matter. You can just come and show up in Ayeva Wellness. It's in Capilano. I don't.
So like 50th Street area in Edmonton?
Yeah, in Edmonton. And and you can also, if
It's all Ieva Wellness.
Ayeva Wellness.ca, and you can also see the link in my Instagram.
Okay.
It's my Instagram handle is anything, ANYTING, my nickname, underscore yoga in Instagram.
Okay, perfect. And I'll put that up as a link on the show too, so people know where they can find you. And the space is beautiful.
It's really beautiful. Chelsea, the owner, and she's so kind, and she opens this yoga space for a lot of nonprofits and charities, and they're endeavor like this for free.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's pretty amazing. And she has crystals in the walls.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And if I may say that I think it's this month on December. I think it's December 14th. I think it's second or third week of Thursday each month.
Okay.
That's the plan. Yeah.
Is the
karma yoga?
Karma yoga. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that can you give us, do you have any new last best things that you do at the end of each night?
Oh, last best things is, I think I've mentioned before. It's just more on grounding myself and trying to journal and read if I can, even just a few pages.
Yeah.
And
Are you reading anything good right now?
I just finished Evil Eye.
Oh,
It's a good book. It's a good one. When I started reading, oh my gosh, I finished Crying in H Mart.
what's it called? Crying
Crying
in.
in H Mart. It's a memoir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's Korean, American Korean.
Okay.
And there's another one. It's Greenwood. It's a Canadian author. It's about environment. It's a good one too. It's
Okay.
fiction.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. What are
Nice.
you reading right now?
Right now, I am in between like 3 different books. And I don't know the title of any of
Same.
them.
I always forget the title. I can see the cover,
Yeah,
but I sometimes I forget the titles. And I you have a few stack,
I do.
right?
Yes. Yeah. I have
yeah.
a few of them stacked up. It's funny though, like I always find a read that I loved and I find it hard to, I always try to find another one that I'll love just as much.
Yeah.
And I find it's getting harder for me to find ones that I just fall in love with now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think the last one that I really love was Homecoming. I can't remember the author,
Okay.
but she's popular, and that was a good one.
Mhm.
That was thick, and the other one is Barbara Kingsolver. So that's a really good one too. So anyway, so those are the things that I do before, and I try to stretch and do my yoga, bedtime yoga.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And your yoga too. I've had some problems with my back and my hip and stuff. And I went to your, like the 2 times I've been out and doing stuff, I went to your yoga, the one class at Kim's, and then at Ieva, and I felt better after both.
Oh,
So
thank
it's a
you.
sign that like it does do, like it's such a good practice.
Thanks so much, Carrie.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Well, thank you. Oh yes, you have some.
Congratulations, Carrie, for making it to the Sherwood Park community. You got nominated.
Yes, I
By
did.
someone.
Who did that?
What was the category?
Art. Art.
Yeah,
Yes, art
and that's our
gallery.
topic tonight.
Yes, it made my day the other day. I opened up my emails and it said, "Congratulations, Carrie! You have been nominated for community votes."
Community votes. Sorry,
Yes,
that's my fault.
That's okay. People hear that all the time. This is an off the cuff, good recording tonight.
Oh, it's so good. I feel good now.
Yeah, good. Me too.
Yeah.
And
After a hectic day of shopping, I used to love shopping. Now I don't.
yeah, because it's chaotic. It's like
Yeah.
the roads are busy, the places are busy. It's you're probably exhausted.
This is energizing, calming, and centering for me.
Right.
Thanks for having me, Carrie.
Of course. Thank you again for being here, and you're welcome back anytime.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Yeah, next time you'll have to interview me.
Okay, I will do that. I would love that.
Would you do it?
That.
I don't know if I'll love it because I don't know how I'll respond.
And I'm known for saying and asking inappropriate questions. So that's
okay,
it.
perfect. Then
Just
tune in,
heads up.
guys. I'm known for answering inappropriately.
That's awesome. Love it. The authenticity, right?
Right? Yes, definitely. Well, this has been a blast. It's been fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, the dogs are both happy you're here, and I'm happy you're here. And
Yeah.
So
we finally did it.
We finally did it, yes. On the 28th at 28:28.
I know, last week I was in your office.
Yeah, she showed up all the way at my office and I wasn't there. I'm like, what are you doing at my office on a Sunday?
Right?
I thought it was the next day and she thought it was a Sunday, and yeah. Anyways.
Okay, say goodnight. Bye. This is not going to end. Okay, bye.
So thank you so much again for tuning in, and give Ting a follow and a like and all that good stuff on her social media. And you can give me a follow on Spotify, and I'm on Instagram at Carry On with Carrie _podcast and Facebook at Carry On with Carrie podcast.
And don't forget to vote.
Yeah, don't forget to vote.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, that's awesome. Hello and welcome to episode 28 of the Carry On with Carrie podcast. Today I have Ting with us again. Yay!
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. I'm a woman of few words.
The end.
The end. Okay, bye.
Okay.